So we're making it out for a quick video today. Essentially wanted to talk about being a taller rider on the Triumph Bobber Black. I personally am 6'1", around 190 pounds, and yeah, I never felt like the Bobber was too small for me. I just personally like being a little bit more stretched out, so just more or less personal preference. Essentially, when I first got this bike, or first was able to ride this bike, I would have the factory risers flipped back how they come from the factory, and have the seat either all the way forwards or in the center. And once I got more used to the bike, definitely noticed that that was just too small for me. The cockpit was too short, so started adjusting the stuff, put the saddle halfway back, and then decided to adjust it or flip the risers to make them farther forwards to make the bars farther from me. And yeah, really like that. In the last month and a half, I said screw it, I'm going to slam the seat all the way back. I personally come from riding road bikes as well as had a sport bike, or had two sport bikes when I was younger, so I like being very over my front wheel, and this is definitely more of a cruiser aspect bike. And yeah, so put the saddle all the way back, saddle from road bikes, but no, put the seat all the way back, and really like how it felt. But riding longer distances, I am wanting to be a little bit farther forward, so like my torso angle, instead of being straight up and down, which having the risers flip forwards and having the seat all the way back, my torso was perfectly vertical, and I didn't mind that. It was super comfortable, but I personally just wanted to be angled a little bit more forwards, as well as looking up bobbers, which aren't only Triumphs, but just bobbers in general. Most of them came up with having like the SAM seat like just in front of the wheel, and do personally like that look, and wanted to see if I could do something towards that. So I decided to take the seat bracket off last night and see if I could modify it at all to get the seat farther back. I keep wanting the seat a little bit lower, but essentially got the seat lower and farther back, and now this is the first time being out on the bike, just doing a short little trip this evening, gonna do a longer ride tomorrow. But I have to say, I'm actually really enjoying it. So I'm gonna add a measurement picture right here showing how far the saddle is back from where the very front of the bolt slot is, and then gonna show you guys what it looks like once I drilled the hole in it. So it is aluminum. I was worried that it was going to be steel and take forever to drill through, but luckily it's aluminum, which still took a little bit longer than I thought to drill through it. But the nice thing is, since it's a nice chunk of aluminum, around, say about 7-8 millimeters thick, didn't really have to worry about anything buckling, which was really nice. So got that drilled out. Unfortunately, when I did it, it was just a hair off to the side, so it took me a little bit longer to align it and get it straight. But I personally used a 3/8 bit to drill it out, where I probably use a little bit bigger of one. Should have actually looked up to see what the metric size was. I guess would be about a 9 to 10 millimeter bit, which would be a little bit more ideal. And yeah, anyhow, really like how it turned out. Gonna post a picture of what it looks like once I drilled it out. and then here's a picture of it being bolted on, and then also a picture of the amount that it went back. So you can see overall it has gone back about 24 millimeters, which is a hair under an inch. Essentially started to look it up to see if anyone else had done this or made a modified one, where Hooky is the only company that I've seen put a modified bracket but a seat as well, where I personally did not want to do that due to the fact that I am aiming to do longer rides on this bike, so I don't want to not have support by the seat. So my main thing was to use the factory seat, not angle it, the front of the seat up too far to essentially still slide off the back of it. So I am happy to say that just drilling this hole, moving it back a hair, also the only form that I found saying that someone else who was an inch taller than me at 6'2" drilled out where the little already indent circle is, or more or less like an oval. He said that he drilled that out. My only issue with that is the bobber seat bracket has a little hook at the end, and if you drilled it out and mounted it back there, then the seat tray may not lay completely flat on the bottom. So I chose to eye it up and see where that little hook would lay perfectly with the seat tray, and I think it turned out very well. So yeah, super happy with it. Definitely has a nice, more stretched out feel. And yeah, if any of you guys have any questions about this, let me know. I'm always here to help. Yeah, I will do a further review on how this is set up on longer rides, seeing the difference of it. Essentially, if you guys have any questions about any of the modifying that I do, let me know. Majority of it, at least thus far, has all been with factory parts, either installing factory stuff or just modifying factory stuff and not necessarily spending any money, so making it a lot more comfortable to myself. I personally think all these are tasteful changes, and this last one I'm talking about today is more or less because of being a taller rider on the Bobber Black. So stopping to take a picture for you guys as well as myself. But yeah, if you look at it, you can still see a good amount of movement here for the travel of the bike. So this bike only has, I believe, 3 inches of travel, and yeah, that is about 78 millimeters. And I was worried about hitting the seat once I moved it back, but I don't see a huge issue with that. If I do bottom out, I of course will unfortunately dent this fender, but figure that out and let you guys know. Plan on doing the Fox shock in the future, but at the moment enjoying the factory suspension, not finding any issues with it. And yeah, if you guys like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you guys have any questions, comments, leave them down below. And yeah, subscribe. Get you guys content. Enjoy riding. It's becoming colder out. It is around 50 degrees right now. I personally don't have any heated gear, so yeah, gonna be freezing, but enjoying the ride. So thank you guys for checking out this video. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time.